guys, this is the Traveling Kimchi. So this past weekend I had alumni weekend with my sorority, and yes, if you didn't know, I am a sister of Alpha Sigma Rho, and I joined my sophomore year of college, so I spent 2 active years with them until I graduated and I went abroad. And going abroad, it was really hard to be an active, alumni sister, but coming back, this was my first alumni weekend, so I was really excited. And it was great to see all my sisters again. And while I was driving back, I was thinking, maybe I should make a video about Greeks because they're not that popular or even available outside the USA. So I guess I'll start with a simple explanation. First of all, there's Greek life. And in Greek, there are sororities and fraternities. And the reason why it's called Greek is because any organization that is considered Greek, their name is comprised of letters from the Greek alphabet. So, for example, my sorority is Alpha, Sigma, and Rho. So I know this looks like an A and this is a P, but in the Greek alphabet, this is an Alpha and this is a Rho. In Greeks, there's sororities and there's fraternities. Sororities are women only. So my sorority, Alpha Sigma Rho, is a woman-only group. We only recruit women into our sorority. Fraternities have 2 types. So one fraternity is, of course, men only. So men only organizations is a fraternity. The other one are fraternities that are co-ed, so have women and men. But they're always called fraternities. If there is never ever going to be a Greek with men and women in it, that is called a sorority. Always fraternity. So I guess when you're comparing it to another word, it's kind of like the word for woman and man. Woman is only ever means females, but men can mean just males, or it can mean like mankind, so women and men. So it's kind of like that. So looking at sororities and fraternities, there are different types of fraternities and sororities that you will have on a college campus. And I guess I would organize them by themes. And there's a lot, so I can't name them all, but there's social Greeks, there's volunteer Greeks, and there's academic Greeks, and there's a lot more Greeks out there, different types, but I can't even start to list them all. But for example, social Greeks, their main concentration is about going out and meeting other people, networking, building basically their social network. Volunteer Greeks, of course, you can probably tell, it's about going out into the community, volunteering their time, basically helping out where the college is located. Education is, as you can probably tell again, something that's based on your GPA, your academic standing in college, and stuff like that. So how can you get into a fraternity or a sorority? Well, there's usually a period called rush. Now, rush is a period of time, usually about 2 or 3 weeks at the beginning of a semester, where Greeks rush potential new members. And so what this means is they have parties, they'll invite out new students or people that aren't affiliated with another Greek. They'll flyer you, they'll have little dinners or little info sessions for you to see what their Greek is about. So you're going to be, basically it's a great place to get information. You'll see what kind of alumni they have, what they do with their spare time. Do they organize a bunch of parties? How is their academic standing? Basically you can find out all the information about the group you will take into consideration when considering whether to join this Greek or not and whether to do Greek at all. So even if you're not sure that you want to do Greek, rush is still a great time to check stuff out. If you're really on the fence about it or you're about 1% interested, I would just recommend to go out to these events anyways. They're usually about 99.9% of the time free. They usually have free food. And it's just a great place to get to meet the people. Some people that end up rushing stay friends with the members even though they don't join the Greek. So it's a great way to meet people too. So definitely feel free to check out places without being pressured to join. The last thing I want to talk about is recently in the media, Greeks haven't been portrayed in the best way. And there's been a lot of, racist parties and racist chants and stuff like that. And so I think a lot of people who have never considered doing Greek before kind of look at that and go, what the? Why would I join an organization like that? And I totally understand like where that feelings come from, but at the same time, you have to look at these organizations the way you look at people. Just because there's some bad people in the world doesn't mean people in general are bad. And the same way, just because there's a few Greeks in the bad Greeks doesn't mean all Greeks are bad. And on this note, this is like really why I'm saying go to Rush. When you go to these events and you meet these people, like you can kind of get an inkling what the feeling is in the Greek. Like you'll get the feeling like, oh, something's a little off here, I think. I don't know about you. You know, like you'll get the feeling and you can tell whether you think you'll belong or not. But in general, my experience with my sorority has been really good, and I wouldn't trade any of the experience and memories I have for the world. So if you're interested at all, I would definitely say, once again, check it out, but don't feel pressured. If you are interested in checking out my sorority, I will link the link below for the national website. And if you are really interested in Alpha Sigma Rho, but there's no chapter at your college, please do feel free to message me. We're always interested in chartering new chapters, so we could maybe get started on creating an Alpha Sigma Rho for your college. So if you have any questions about Greeks or Greek life or anything like that, please link or type below, and I will be sure to answer them or create another Q&A video. I would be really excited about that. But hope you guys have a great day. This is the Traveling Kimchi. Bye!